Sales desnudo. Sales sin camiseta.
Porque soy feo.
Ah, así es como se entiende. ¿Qué es esto? Vale, y ahora solo teníamos que ir hacia allá, ¿no? Ah. Now we only have to go there, ¿no? No quiero tirar. Joder, no puedo.
Muy bien.
Sí, la mejor. Nada. Que... I locked.
You're locked.
Sí, I locked.
Ah.
No me da la puta gana de stay strong. Toma. Hago tus putas muertas. No, comments. Bueno, supongo que aquí. To a safer, Yuffie will approve. Pero... Barrett will approve. Ah, porque hace así. Hace fium y luego pam. Pero si nos tenemos que fiar de Barrett porque es el que vivía aquí. ¿No?
I guess it's just something to do with the relationship.
Bueno. Que se joda. Ah, no puedo saltar ahí, pensaba que... Pero... Pero que porque sigue hablando esta. ¿Está loca o qué? Oiga, pero ¿eso qué es exactamente? Este está muerto ya, venga, toma por. Y ahora... Pero... Una cosa... Yo le he dado a Locke. Pues no sé. No, esto es una puta mierda. No, esto es para el Vengeance. Toma. Ha sido bastante increíble. Safety beat. ¿Dónde? Ah, ¿dónde está? Safety beat. Ah, ahí. ¡Uy! Hostia. ¿Eso qué significa? Ah, no, pero no significa que no me va... It doesn't mean that I'm not gonna die, but basically to this effect that this guy, the guy that does like this and kills you right away. No? This protects you from this guy that is like a monk, that is like a little bit Yoda, and he instant...
Little Yoda!
No?
Say that again and I'll kill you.
¿Por qué?
It's Tomber, not a fucking shit Yoda.
Sí, pero se parece.
Anyway, I don't think it's that.
Ah.
Isn't that it's like a magic that some monsters have that has a chance to kill you instantly or do nothing?
Do you think this one is good or not?
It's good, but nothing now because
Yeah.
well, in
Yeah.
reality now the monsters are starting to petrify us, so it's good, but no one gives a fuck. This game's too easy. Go on the other track.
¿Qué?
Go on the other track.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to do, my friend.
No, I don't think so.
But first
Wow. I really appreciate the scenery like this.
It's a fucking problem, man. What's it like? Ah, yeah, because the other stops anyway, so it's like I cannot go down. Do you appreciate it like this? Do you appreciate?
It's very good, no?
It's pretty insane. A tomar por culo.
E tómalo per il culo.
A ver. Esto no lo he visto. Espérate. Ahí va. Ahí va. Ah. Quería ver qué pasaba, pero tampoco lo han... They didn't develop that so much. You cannot sit once it's down. Uy, cuestiones. Supongo que aquí no puedo hacer nada. Yeah, to be honest, I wouldn't send them this way. What the fuck is that?
Barrett would approve.
Yeah, maybe. But do you think this is possible?
We'll see.
I mean, it's a mortal trap. Anyway, I'm not interested in developing any relationship with Yuffie, to be honest. I mean, not with Barrett either, but at least...
I wonder what's gonna happen, man. Because it's probably just the gold saucer thing, right?
Ah, this is the same place where I was. Oh.
You probably just decide, like your relationship decides who's gonna be your date and the gold saucer. Yeah, I think it was the same in the old one, right?
But it's impossible you're gonna have. Was it possible to have a date
Barrett,
with Barrett?
yeah, I think it was already at the time. It just was very unlikely, depending on the things you would do. But here too, it's unlikely that we're gonna probably end up with Ari.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know really. What else?
To be honest, I'm not very interested in having a date with Rebirth at this point at all.
No, neither, but I'm just gonna go for the other, right? If I...
Okay. Well done, developers.
Developers.
Let's see if it's still there. Yeah, it's still there. Oh, ooh. No, but it's okay. It's okay. That one is a bit. What is that floating? What is this cortometraje? Well, it's okay. It's okay. I approve. You know, my dad sent me an article that says this very famous pastry in Japan has its origins in Spain, in la Castilla, en Castilla la Antigua, tal. Bueno, eso. You know which one?
Martin.
No, Castella.
Castel.
La Castella, ¿no se llama así? That one that is like very fluffy, Castella cake. You know which one? The one that is fluffy?
Sofiella cake.
But do you remember? You showed me. We ate it in the cinema.
Oh, yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, that one is from Spain.
I don't give a fuck. I don't want to comment any of this shit.
I know.
Die, you and your
No,
dad
but
and
it's just-
family.
This is to let you know what kind of content
Yeah,
he
yeah.
sends.
Tell me more. Man, there's not even a single song that I like from this game.
Really? Not even this one?
Wow.
She didn't do it?
No, just because she got hit from a little fire thing.
Tantos muertos.
Me quedo en tu cargo. Okay.
Uy. Ah, espérate, que es que me he equivocado. Pero estoy loca.
Madre mía.
I just want to think well what
Yeah,
I'm doing.
it's really
okay?
hard. I see how you thought well.
I thought very well.
What, Masha? Keep it together. Hang back.
Joder, este es un pesado de los cojones. Yo solo quería pressure him.
That's called stagger.
Eso, stagger.
Stagger.
Ay, no.
Stagger.
Yo
mi
venía del
abuelo.
otro lado, ¿no? O sea, yo venía de aquí.
Del otro lado, ¿no?
I came from here, right?
Ah, that's where you came from.
I'm going this way. Come on, how would you even build this? In the water. Who is this, Benny? Bueno, venga, vale. Ya lo dejo, es que me gusta.
Madre mía.
Pero lo voy a hacer... Ah, no, esto no se mueve, ¿no? Las piedras. A ver, espera, vamos a ver qué es esto.
What the fuck is that?
Es un champiñón.
Is that gold saucer was turned off? It's very small.
Eso no es un gold saucer. ¿Tú crees?
The shape is that.
Bueno, en realidad podría ser, pero no... But
the
pues,
both souls.
what else in this, ¿no?
Yeah.
O sea, a lo mejor vienen por aquí ahora mismo, ¿no? Ahora mismo vienen por aquí si lo activamos eso, ¿no? Bueno, no pasa nada. Voy a beber un poco de Coca-Cola.
No es para ti.
Ya, pero I bought it.
Wow.
It was for you to drink a little glass.
La noche. Ah, that's Koro. Okay, Koro is all that disgusting thing destroyed. And then the gold saucer, they put it right next to it. Which I suppose is pretty much weird. But it seems small, huh?
¿Qué has hecho?
Thank you. Again, sleeping as usual.
I wasn't sleeping.
What's our road looking like?
Immaculate. Should be fun.
You sure? Like, really sure?
Thanks for that. Sit tight. We'll be down soon. Only way out is through. So buckle up, buttercup.
¿Cómo? Our only way out is?
Through.
Through. Bueno, vale, me la suda. Vale, so now we have to take the train. Okay, all these, we already entered all this place. Okay, so is it time for us? No, yo quiero hacerlo.
Things like a mess with the
It's
boxes.
fine. It's just a cart. It can't kill you.
But you fixed it, no? She's scared. Ay, pobre pajarito.
All right, Junior. Here you go. Hold on now. Not hang tight.
Where did he put Junior?
Why did it put?
Where did he put Junior?
It said Junior Cloud. Cloud Junior.
Where did
Ah!
he put?
I don't know,
Junior?
because he said inside somewhere, but it doesn't seem to be somewhere. Maybe down. How do you keep her mind off her emotions? That's why these boxes were all there. But are you handling the thing? No.
Also because it's just a trap. You don't break.
What?
You don't break.
Ya verás tú, ya verás. Of the planet Venison. What does that mean, Venison? Hostia. The fuck?
You okay?
I mean, she's just one pound.
Seeing stars. Cloud, you're so gonna pay for this.
Give the man a break.
Hmm.
I think it was a memorable experience.
Still alive.
Miraculously, yeah. Who's this? Think of him as a tag along.
So basically, he likes men.
Wait a sec. That is uncanny. I know, right? Meet Cloud Jr. Welcome aboard, Junior.
Tip two. Oh no, se va ahí.
No,
Pues va mierda. The best thing of the game, and they removed it.
honestly.
Didn't even get to say goodbye.
At least we know he's with family now.
We'll miss you, Cloud Jr.
Nah, come back. Oh, that's what I'm gonna hope for the rest of the game. That he comes back.
That he has a date with.
Fuck, I would love
That would be
that.
insane.
I would have picked that now and tomorrow and the day after tomorrow.
But I wish.
Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. You can now use the grappling hook.
The grappling hook.
Grappling hook.
Is this that?
The grappling hook.
I am not looking forward to this.
Your homecoming?
You'll see.
What party do I go with?
What the fuck?
What?
Hmm. Yeah, what happened? Like someone died because of him, right? Some shit like that. And also that's why he has the arm like this. Ah, yeah, and they destroyed the village basically because of him. I don't
Now
remember.
where our buddies in black get to?
Oh my fucking shit.
Well,
Killed the bottle. Hell, go get more. The hell I did. Get it yourself. With what money, you shit the brains? Why do we have to go
This is
through
gonna
this
be
trouble, Eric?
queen shit.
hmm?
This is gonna be queen shit.
What do you mean?
Like what it said that we're gonna like a lot of players are waiting for us to
Your players, yeah.
play there. Oh no, they were not. That was just a thing. A triangle.
You think we can get them to give us liquor rations?
People around here?
Pretty cool, huh? They don't say it. Show one of those? A game. ¿Cómo se dice?
What cake?
A game catador. You know what I mean? A game taster.
Matador, sí. Matador. Un game matador.
See, it's fun. So much fun, no?
What the fuck?
I don't think you can beat these guys.
You require more training if you hope to face me.
What the fuck? You must be a 5 level block man. Yeah, you wanted to give her something.
Don't tell me. Get rich quick scheme blow up in your face again? Trying to sell out another town, huh?
Don't let him talk to you like that.
I can take it.
Been out of work for ages. Wonder why.
These people have been amargados.
Hurry it up, would ya? Thanks.
I don't know the use of that. Shop.
Recommend sticking around for a while.
Remember something, Rick? You can eat. We ain't got no work.
Spread that wealth around.
I'll take anything you don't want.
I trust you ain't just window shopping.
Well, totally.
Only
Actually.
have shit.
Bye.
I mean, what's so bad about this town? It's pretty fine, no? Well, it looks very similar to a real game in reality.
Did you guys give it a name yet?
The song, what was it?
What song? Is it the one you heard? Is it the Palmar de Troya?
Over
Love Green.
Love Green. Naomi.
Well, they seem to be having fun. Are they? Ooh, they have pizza.
Oh no. Oh shit. Oh.
What are you looking at? If you've got something to say, then
This guy.
just know that I'm such a badass that even Beck and his bitches couldn't handle me. Kick me out of their stupid little game. That's right. You're standing faith. You shaking in your... Oh. But it seems to me like we got no... And if I whoop your ass, you gotta give me...
I can play against them?
Oh.
Fuck! Okay, no, it's fine.
You cannot escape from this.
It's fine, it's fine. It's very nice, nice. Wow.
Is it?
Dude, I liked the card games in the other Final Fantasy. This one?
Which one?
It's not so good. It's good. It's not so bad. Don't worry, it's not so
What card game was in the Final Fantasy?
bad. You didn't play the ones, but this card games.
Oh. Ah, so not in the Final Fantasy.
Come on. Oh
Me estabas dando. Were you giving me shit?
no. It was a quinoa.
Ah, quinoa. Your favorite. Raw quinoa.
Raw people.
But
Don't put it there, okay. So, yeah. Angel, what do I do? Oh, okay. Where's the song? Oh, come on. I never know what to do, man. Okay.
no.
I
There's
know.
no more.
I know.
There's no more left.
Unless he has some weird shit. Like that, of course. Who's got that card? You know? What is even that? Well, I think I still win now. 14 points.
That was easy.
Easy. You think this is easy?
Yeah, I think
You think my life hasn't got all this?
What?
When destroyed, lower the power of a yeah, sure. I'll just go on Google and search for a deck, copy it, and beat everyone. And that's what I'll do.
For a deck?
Wanna know a secret? Truth is, I figured I'd turn over a new leaf.
Pobrecito.
Tell me, what's the trick, man? What? Don't like handing out free advice or something? Only a real cheapskate would charge for that. Well, better hang on to that gill of yours, cause next time we meet, I'ma take 7 off you for sure.
This guy? Where was he? We've seen him before, no?
Another place for this stuff.
In the Stupid people place.
Melodies are all the more pleasing when played on the piano. Thank you for sharing such joy with the
Yeah. How was it called?
You will enchant us with even more splendid performance.
Oh no. Oh. That, touch here one moment. Look how disgusting it is what I have here. Espera. You notice? It's like, you know, the like things that I don't know how to explain, like a pimple thing that like some grannies have, you know.
Why you have that?
I don't know.
Usually you have like in the face, no?
No, I prefer it there.
What are you?
Oh, I wanna do it. Let me do it.
Enjoy that shit.
But it's not a concurso, no?
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
I mean, you have to do a good score.
I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know if I can do it. Hola? I don't know. What the fuck? I'm not doing it well. Hostia. Es que no va bien.
Madre mía.
Es que no va bien
Yeah.
esto.
Okay, calm down. Jeez. Well, we'll do it around the piano. Not with this piano.
And your performance. If this is a performance. Can you see that?
I think so.
Like, it looks like he's eating this.
What the fuck is going on here? Get out, get out, get out.
Yeah. What?
Oh, these are people from the desert, no?
But these people don't look like from here, no? So you're gonna have tasks here to do too?
Let's try something real quick. Oh no. You start the game again.
¿Cómo?
Start the game again.
You have to stand up for that?
No, you start the game again.
Me?
Yeah.
Ah. But how do I... So I just go play, no?
Does it go better?
Seems fine. But this is not where we left. Is it?
She wore these stunning red dresses, and the way she laughed, you can still smell perfume. Wish I knew what it was.
Well, I'll be.
I call that princess like envy.
I don't know what's going on because we appeared here. This is not where we left.
Of course, that's where we live.
No, because there were two guys with weird dresses. With
No, Sophia, it's just that you are so fucking weird. I don't know what's going on with you. Like, how can you not, like, where you're looking at? It's like as if, I don't know, we're cooking and I just put eggs in the pan and I don't realize that you put eggs in the pan. I'm like, oh, what are we doing now? Like, I moved like this.
okay. Yeah.
Literally, like this. You just jump down.
Yeah, I just
Went
didn't
left.
see that they were there.
No, I don't know. That's the thing. I just didn't see. I don't know what's going on with you. Like, it's always like that. And you don't say it. You don't explain.
What do you mean? I don't explain. What
You
do
don't
want me to
explain. How can it be that you're looking at the screen but you're not
But I
seeing
don't
what's going
know.
on?
Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you want me to explain?
What are you thinking? What you're
But
doing?
I'm not
What you're
thinking
saying?
anything. You're telling me what happens that you. I just don't know because I don't fucking know. Like.
Yeah. So you don't know how to explain to me that you're looking in a direction and you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, because sometimes maybe I look and I'm not really processing what I'm looking at.
Yeah. So what's happening in
I
your
don't.
brain?
I don't know because maybe it's. You don't understand. Like, I and I told you other times. It's not like I don't explain. I don't. Maybe I have thoughts, but I don't go onto them. So I don't even know what I'm thinking.
Oh, I don't know what's going on, but you're not. Like, it depends on what you're doing. That's the thing that doesn't sit well with me because you're not like this indiscriminately in any situation. You're like this when we're playing games, when we're doing specific things.
Okay.
Because in other situations, you're not so lost, where you're looking at something and you're like, oh, I don't know what the fuck that I just saw. Like, you're not like this in a standardized way.
I suppose I'm just not 100% focused on everything that you do all the time, like 100% of the time. But
Yeah. So why?
like I don't know why.
Impossible to understand that.
But what do you mean?
It's impossible to understand why in
No,
certain
it's
cases you're like
impossible to
this, in other cases not.
No, what do you mean? I mean, it's not like in some cases I'm like that, and in some cases I'm not like that. Like, I don't see it like that. I'm having conversations with someone, and maybe the same happens. I'm at work, and the same happens. So it's not.
I mean, I don't know what you do outside. Like, I don't care. I'm
but
talking
what-
about what I
but
see
what-
of
what-
Sophia. It's not like someone is talking to you at a table that you have a discussion, and all of a sudden you go like, "Oh, what?"
Yeah, it happens to me sometimes.
Okay,
Sometimes.
I don't witness that. So.
And anyway, maybe it's not the same thing as being sitting down, looking at a screen. For me, at least, for some time.
Yeah,
like,
but it's impossible to understand that then. Like, what does it mean?
I don't know. I don't
Like,
understand.
why in this case here with the, I don't know, a serious? Maybe you don't get that.
I think I get that in many cases anyway. Like I don't.
Yeah,
I
but
think what you're
the,
saying.
yeah, the mystery of Jesus,
Come on.
the mystery of the faith. It's like, oh,
But when
so
you say it to me,
how this works is not clear. It seems like it has to be a secret, something like hard to understand. Like
I don't
someone has to
understand.
tell you, but what the fuck, you're not paying attention. Like someone has to tell you that. It's like with kids when they do something and they don't
What
realize or they don't notice. That's
I
that
mean,
kind of stuff.
I don't need you to tell me that. Like I know that.
Well, I'm the one that tells you what the fuck you're doing. Like you never said, oh yeah, I'm not paying attention. Oh yeah, what's wrong with me? Like no, it's always me.
Yeah, because to me it's not like something that I'm like, oh, I don't realize that I need to pay attention to. Like
I
to
don't
me, it's-
realize that I need to pay attention.
like, to me, it's
That's a
not
great sentence, I think.
yeah, like to me it's not something that I think like, oh, I don't know where I am now. Like I lost 2 seconds of the game and I don't know where I am now. Like it's not something that I'm gonna be like, oh, but why I don't, because it happens to me all the time. Like so it's not.
That's the answer. So because it happens to me all the time, if I miss things, I don't care. That's what you just said, okay?
No, that's not what I say.
What did you say then? Say.
just that I don't like that happens to me, and I've thought of that, and I don't. It's not like I have an answer, and I don't understand why you have to ask
You don't
ask
have an
that to
answer.
me.
No, you were trying to say something else. You were saying that I don't need to realize that. It's like I said that I'm always the one that points out these things, and it's not like you stop and you say, "Oh, shit, I'm lost." You never do that. It's always someone else, well, me, I don't know anyone else, but it's me telling you, "Yo, what the fuck? Are you awake?" It never starts from you. So
I mean, but
to me, that is something. One of the many things that is not nice about this aspect of you just being this way. I don't even know how to describe it, because it's something that
no,
I don't know. Are you like this with games? Are you with this because of, I don't know, silly things? Are you with like this because it's in the afternoon? Are you because of this because
But,
you work?
but do you think I
have no
know,
idea.
Like I know that I feel tired. I know that I feel those, but I feel like that in general. I don't think it's like with video games, which I don't know why you always.
Yeah, that's the
say
thing. I don't
that.
know.
And then
All
yeah,
I
but
know
I don't
is,
know
okay,
either,
she
and I
does
don't know
this
why
in this
you
case.
say it to me like
Or it's
like
visible,
this,
like,
and
like what? Like,
Like,
that you
no,
do
like,
something with me,
like,
you're
literally-
asleep?
no,
Yeah. Yeah.
like literally I was like you went to the bathroom and I entered the game, and what happened was that I didn't know. I thought what I thought was that something happened in the game and that I made a mistake or something.
Yeah, you
because
thought I
yeah,
was.
you thought you
said-
just let me talk, sure.
You said, yeah, you thought I was here, and I wasn't anymore.
Yeah,
That's what
I
you
thought.
said. You said, I thought you were next to the guys. Well, great, we were here.
Okay, so exactly. So I just thought that there was a problem in the game, and that's why I was.
Yeah,
so
but
confused.
you thought
so
that was a problem
I
in the
was.
game.
I didn't think. Oh, I was not focused. I was not thinking. So then that's why I blah blah blah.
But that's just an example. It's just an example of how you have not realized that I moved away. Now, if it's in this case, you thought, oh, but because we closed the game, maybe there's a problem, blah, blah, blah. It's just a coincidence. That is a rare coincidence that I closed the game, something happened. But what normally happens is that I don't fucking close the game, and you think, oh, but where are we? You say, where are we? So it's no use, it's useless right now that you point out something completely exceptional on a theme that is recurrent. I don't need to hear an excuse for this case. We're talking about something that happens all the time, regardless of like how now maybe there is. Oh, maybe it's. Oh, maybe there is a bug. Okay, maybe it could be that. Or like in this case, the point, the same topic stands. The same things I'm saying stand, but you always need to waste our time with a little justification and excuses that you can grab. Like if you can grab one, you grab.
No, but why?
Even though it's no use for the conversation. Like it's no use. I don't need to know that in this case there is an exception.
I mean, you literally started like this conversation first without even knowing what had happened to me, and then already like being so like what are you
happened
doing?
to you? What happened to you? That doesn't change the way I'm talking to you. Like the
Yeah,
fact that
but-
they thought that it was a bug.
No, but you,
doesn't change to me the fact that you're not
talking
focused.
about something that it's not even what it's going on. And,
For
and
me,
you
it is. For me, it is. The fact that you thought it was a bug. For me, it's connected to unfocus because you should have seen that I walked.
Okay, but
And
anyway,
if you saw, there was no worry. There was no worry.
But okay, but we've already talked about this many times, and you know that I'm not 100%
No, we didn't. No,
that I get tired.
No,
and all
no.
that.
Let me
We
fix
already
this.
know
Let me
that.
fix this. We didn't talk about this many times. We didn't. What happened many times is me complaining like a baby to you that you do this, and you shutting up like a baby. That's what happens. We haven't talked about it. Just like now, we're not talking about it. We're just arguing in very silly ways, because that's what we get. That's what we get from someone that doesn't fucking talk and stands on like this asleep, and then the few times that we point out these things, she says always the same shit about whether tiredness or nothing at all normally. And normally you just don't fucking comment. For you, it's just normal to be like that.
No,
and that's fine. If that's fine. For you,
you'd let me
if
talk
for you,
at any moment, like every time we
let you
discuss,
talk,
you just don't
okay.
let me talk. It's
okay, that's fine.
insane. Like
I don't let people talk. That's interesting.
I mean, lately when we discuss, it's like you talk and talk, and every time I'm gonna say something, you talk and talk.
Could be. I don't have much to say to that.
Okay, could be.
Memory synthesis is skillful. You may find this hard to believe, but he's the world's only T9 competitor, and he's pretty good too. Check. He's saying he wants
Yeah, I think we've talked about this already, and you know, that I'm tired, and it's not true what you're saying, that I don't mention that, because I'm the one that mentions that I'm tired. I'm the one that mentions that I don't like feeling like this. I don't, that I used to be strong. I even talked about this yesterday and many other days. So it's not true. Like,
Okay, I completely disagree. Well, yes, I think I already said whatever I think about this. I'll let you talk. Well done. You just repeated yourself without actually answering what I say. So again, but you're the one that has to complain about, oh, you don't let me talk, you know, this shit, which is, to me, is absolutely disgusting. That is, to be honest, enough for me to end the communication, to be honest. So for me, such a comment of, you don't let me talk, is enough for me to end the conversation with someone. Because first, I just disagree completely that I am that kind of way. And even if I am, it's not one of those situations where, oh, you talk over me. Okay, maybe you talk over me when that happens, blah, blah, you talk a lot and I don't talk. Even if that happens, you have an entire day. You don't live like in a cage where someone, if you speak, they say, shut up. You live in a day entirely. You say, okay, maybe we have this discussion right now. He talks over me. So you know what? I'll talk about this later. You have many ways to communicate, but all you do is complain. So to people that complain, especially to others that maybe don't even deserve that complaint, you already know how I see it.
What do you mean?
They are pieces of shit. To someone that complains and focuses on the complaint instead of focusing on the solution, on how to actually do something, to me, that's a good reason to end communication, because I can see that clearly what matters the most is justification, pointing the finger. So if that's the case, if that's the situation, as soon as I see it, for me, it's fine not to talk. I prefer that. I prefer not talking. I've talked enough in my life. I talked a lot, especially with you, and I'm done with being treated in a shit way, especially by people that should know better and have been given tools to do better. So, are you like that? I'm not interested in engaging that much.
I already know that. You said that many times.
Yeah, but apparently you always forget, because clearly you say certain things and I have to replay. I have to repeat it, right?
Oh.
I have to repeat it. I have to repeat myself and be like, well, if that's the case, then I won't talk. And you're like,
I'm just saying that recently I've noticed that sometimes when we discuss, it's like you don't let me talk, and I've noticed that because when I discuss with you, it's not like in other situations that maybe for some reason when I discuss with you I get more blocked. I don't know why. I don't understand why, but it takes me more to remember what I was gonna say. Like I get blocked. So if I'm gonna say something and then you talk, I forget what I was gonna say. It's like all the time like that, and it's something that I don't want it to be like that, because I just keep forgetting what I was gonna say, and I lose the thread of the conversation. No way. I try to be focused when we play. I try to pay attention to the things. That's what I'm trying to do, and that's what I've been trying to do. And I don't know what happens if in some moments I'm gone somehow, but then I come back anyway, and it's very quick. And I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like that either. I don't like being like that. I don't like. And you know it, but I try to. It's not like I.
No, Sophia. Okay, you try. What do you try exactly? I don't see any try. Now, in your mind, who knows what kind of try you have? That's great. But I physically don't really see. So all I see is someone that does the same thing over and over again. In very different shapes and in tastes and different things. But the recurring thing is, there's a lack of focus. Not in every situation, but just in specific situations, specific moments, specific ways. And there's a lack of many things, communication, blah, blah, blah. But when you talk about try, I physically don't see things. And I'm a person that, unfortunately, for many reasons, in many contexts, I give a lot of value to physical stuff, to things that I can see, that can be shared, that can be appreciated, and not just ideas and things that are in the air, whatever the fuck it is.
But you cannot appreciate that. I mean, since we started playing, I pay way more attention. You forget things. I don't know. Like, didn't you see?
Could be that I forget things, and guess what happens? There's a space to talk about it, but first, you don't talk, and second, when we do talk about it a few times because of me, it doesn't go that well. It doesn't go with I pay more attention. Oh yeah, it's true, Sophia. You're right. I was wrong. It's true that you pay more attention, that you're more alive, blah blah blah, and that you try, blah blah blah. It's very true. I don't remember any situations where we discussed like that. So.
And you don't think that I pay more attention? Like, that's what I mean. Like, do you remember that? Like, how I was before and how I am now?
No, Sophia. First off, I don't
so
talk.
You
I
don't
don't
see
talk
any
in.
try.
No, I don't talk in these very simple ways of before, now, and now I try more before. For me, there's a lot of context that, as always, I don't know how much, like, we just become stupid repeating always the same shit, I think. But I don't know how many times I have to tell you that the context is central, like, so important.
Yeah.
Not just for me, just in general, it seems. And you never mention that. You never mention, oh yeah, this context and that, but this is important. Now in this case, it's important. Before, it's different. So for me, when I think about the actual context we are in compared to the context from before, from different contexts from before, if I try and compare them, which is okay, sometimes it's also difficult to do, for many reasons, that maybe not so many pretty reasons. So that's very difficult, and as therefore it's not easy to say, oh, but you don't think that I'm more focused than before. What kind of comparison is that? It doesn't mean, it makes no sense. It has no value saying yes or no.
Okay, yeah, it's a very stupid question. I put it very badly, but you're just talking
You did
about.
that all the time,
Yeah, I don't doubt that I do all the bad things all the time, like we already say. But the thing is that I, like, you are the one that is talking like, basically you don't pay attention. Like when we play games, something happens, blah blah blah. When we play games, and then you just talk about that. You don't talk about everything else. Like well, first that it's not when we play games, and it's a bit. I think it's a bit silly you say that, but okay. Like it's true that it was at some point I was less interested in video games, and then we tried, and it's true that I was not paying attention enough. Basically that. But I think it's been a long time that we play video games a lot, and I had never played games, and we've played many hours. Considering that I have never played games, I think that I have shown that I can play a game, I can understand it, I can be hours playing a game, and I've shown that. So why like pointing this thing, like saying that I don't try, like you were saying now, or that I think it's something obvious. Why yeah, the context matters, and that's part of the context too. Like it's something that has happened, and I decided to also do that. Like I decided to be more, and I ended up liking it. I ended up like being active towards it. I'm not the most active person, like but it's still, I think that I've been very active, like proposing playing and all those things, and pretty much only doing that, like when we are here. So I just think that it's something that we can take into account.
No, because you're just mixing two different, complete topics. And that's amazing, man. It's just amazing. It's the usual thing that you do, mixing things and just taking whatever you can, as I said, taking whatever you can to make it sound a little bit better than what it is. No one talked about you being active towards playing games. Like this thing this discussion started from the fact that you were not focused, which has
Okay.
got nothing to do with how active you are with the fact
No,
of playing
it-
games or not.
It is very connected, because for me, if I'm not active, it's like I'm not interested. So then I'm not focused.
Okay, but the act of like the two acts that you're describing, which is one thing is the focus over a long period of time, and one thing is we can still call it focus, I suppose, on the moment of saying, oh, let's play a game. It's a moment in a day. You don't have to think about that all day. You don't have to think about that 4 hours. You don't have to think about that 2 hours. You just have to say it at one point during the day. You put an alarm. You say, oh, let's play a game. It's very different from being engaged in something for an hour, 2 hours, or anyway, being engaged in something that requires more than saying a sentence. Because that's what it is in the end, unfortunately. You know, as I said many times, that's a lot for me. So for me, it's a lot if someone comes and says, let's do something. It's already a lot for me, but because for me, I already appreciate that step. Nonetheless, it's just a step. And it's something that needs to be put in the right place, such as, okay, this is a sentence, a moment that can be done in many ways, especially from you, that you basically were forced to do that. It's something that you have been forced or you learned after bloods and bloods of days, like days that were like, oh, well, you don't do that, or you don't care, blah, 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 blah. So it's not even something you say, oh yeah, I'm very active. It's just you acting on what we built, like very, 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 very hardly, very hardly. And that is the minimum. The minimum part, which is, oh, okay, I show interest somehow. Hopefully, it is true interest. Unfortunately, that idea, that hope is pretty small, but it's just the minimum for anything to do with anything else. So, and it's very different from what we really discussing about, which is, oh, you are not really paying attention.
But
You're
it's not true.
really
Like
being.
it's not true that I'm not paying it. Like it's not like the fact that I go for 2 seconds doesn't mean that I'm not paying attention.
Okay,
That I cannot play
great.
the game. That I
I
cannot
don't agree that it's
be
2 seconds.
99%
I
of the
don't
time.
agree that it's 2 seconds. I don't agree with that. I think it's very recurring. It happens very often, and it happens probably more than I realize, because of course I only realize when you say something, when you comment something, or when you point out. But sometimes I turn around and I can see in the look of your eyes that you're not looking at the screen. Even though you're looking at the screen, I can see that you are lost in lugar del rio. So it probably happens more than I see. But anyway, already the times that I see it, it's not all the time, but it's very often. If it doesn't happen in every fucking session, I mean, it probably does happen in every fucking session, and if it doesn't, almost. And I think that is pretty a lot. It's not just a sporadic event. It's part of our experience. Like, our experience has playing game, Sophia that doesn't pay attention. It's part of our experience because it's so recurring. It's not an exception. It's not like, oh, once the door rang, and that happened only once. It doesn't happen every time. It's not part of our experience, the door that rings. It doesn't happen all the time. But you ring almost every time, and it's part of this. It's part of me, or my experience with, okay, Sophia played this game with me. She was very often unfocused. I'm not gonna remember that door that rang once, but I'm gonna remember how unfocused Sophia is.
I just don't think that I'm so unfocused at all. Like,
Okay,
it's not
great.
true that I'm so
For me,
unfocused.
the fact that it happens, does it happen almost every time that I spot you? Not even that
Yeah,
we know for a
it
fact.
happens, but
Isn't that a lot? I don't know. When is it a lot? When does it become a lot to you? Something. Like, when does it become something that you worth paying attention to,
I
worth
don't
mentioning,
know, because I
worth
don't know
doing
what
something
to
about?
compare it with. I don't know. Like, to me,
I think you can compare
what
it to anything. I think you can compare it, like, to the kitchen, to work, like,
to anything in my life.
not to anything in anyone's life. So when does it happen that something like this becomes recurring? Like, if I make the same mistake in the kitchen
to be
over and over, not even a mistake actually, because we're not talking about that. If I in the kitchen, I am there, you're cooking, and I'm looking, but I'm not looking, and you say, oi, I'm showing you a recipe, and now you do that once and twice and 3 times and 4 times. When does it become something that you're gonna be like, look, are you okay? Like, when does that happen? When is it that you reach that point of saying, okay, this is worth observing, is worth doing something about?
God, I don't know. I don't know how to measure that. But I like if I.
And it's not a measurement like a fucking meter.
Okay.
When would it happen that in your head would click that you're like, oh, he is not looking at the recipe?
I mean, if I see that we are in the kitchen and then maybe I tell you something and you're not listening, if it's once, twice, I'm not gonna think that you are just not paying attention. I'm not gonna think that. I'm gonna think that you're gone for some moments, okay? And maybe that you're not 100% interested or that you're not 100% focused or that you're tired. I'm gonna think things like that. But
That's great. Now, if and then I come to you, you're gonna think those things, which is normal.
But I'm not gonna be like, this experience is now like just that I'm focused and
No one
and
said that.
basically-
No one said that though. Didn't we? So we don't need that. So you're gonna think, okay, he's maybe tired or he's focused on something else, blah 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 blah. You're gonna think that because it's normal, right? And then imagine if I then come to you and I say, no. Me, I'm focused. No, I was looking, which is something that you do sometimes, right? You try to be like, oh no. What do you mean? No, I'm fine. No, I'm looking, and then you're not. So already on your own, you're gonna think something negative about me, which is normal because I'm not paying attention. Imagine then if I also try to defend myself and be like, no, I know what you're doing, the recipe, I'm paying attention. What are you gonna think of me? Of the usual kid that is caught with the hands in the bag and they try to come up with an excuse.
But I don't know. I don't know why you say that now, like that I am justifying myself.
Just find yourself now. No, I'm just saying that it happens. That when this happens, when you get caught being unfocused or whatever, being unfocused or whatever, you say that you were not unfocused.
But okay, but because for me, that is like the fact that I'm going for some moments doesn't mean that I'm unfocused. It means that I'm not 100% all the time completely focused. But to me, that
which
doesn't...
is just it means that I'm not focused. Yeah, I'm focused. No one is saying either you're unfocused the entirety of the experience. Nobody said that.
Yeah,
But someone said you were unfocused, which means being not focused, which is literally what you said.
No, I didn't see it like that, but...
Okay, what do you see there? Someone that is looking at a screen?
Again, it's what...
We'll call it whatever you want it.
I just told you. Like, if we are in the kitchen doing a recipe and I see that you're gone 1 second, but then the rest of the recipe you're following, you're doing blah, blah, and then maybe you're gone another second, but I can ask you, and where are we? What are we doing?
No, you ask me. You ask me, and I'm like... How many times it happened? I'm like, okay, but what's going on? And
I know what's going on.
What did they say?
No,
there's certain
I
things.
Know how to play
if I ask, okay, you know we're playing Final Fantasy with Mount Corel. Okay, that bit we got it. But how many times, like, Barrett said something before, literally, let's go basically down with the truck, and you're like, oh, what did he say? What did he say?
I asked you because I don't understand him, so I'm reading, and I don't get to read everything sometimes. So that's why I asked you. What the fuck? Like,
well,
I'm even trying to pay attention. So I asked you because I wanted to know what he had said.
I personally, I don't know what happened there, but I personally do not think that that's what happened. To me, it sound. This is my subjective opinion, of course. Not like so far, it was pretty objective. But this, for me, the way you sounded, the way you woke up. It sounded like someone again that was distracted. Like, oh wait, what did he say? That sounded to me like, well, who knows? Maybe it's like you said, like he spoke some English that he was not clear. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, because maybe I wasn't like super awake, so I was going more slow when reading or whatever. But then
that was just an example of how those things happen, and you miss something that is just not central. Because again, what is central in this game? Nothing is central. You could literally stop, like, fall asleep. In an hour, nothing has changed. They're just following some dark robes. There's nothing is happening of value. Nothing. And at the same time, everything is happening of value.
I mean, yeah, and I'm even reading what everyone says. I don't know, like, I'm focused and I'm...
Sophia, what you do does not excuse what you don't do. It's not about how bad or good you are. I'm just saying there's moments where you are not focused.
Okay,
that's all.
Yeah, but
no one is saying, because
yeah, and I agree with that.
No, you don't.
No,
You don't. You agree with that after discussions?
No,
You
that's
agree
not
with that
true.
only
That's
when
not
you
true.
get someone points it out?
That's not true.
That's what happens.
No, that's not true, because this started because you pointed out something that in this case wasn't what you said at first. Like, okay, it's related to the fact that I'm unfocused, the fact that I didn't know what had happened there, but in this case it wasn't exactly like that. And then you talked that I'm unfocused, and then you asked what happened, what happens in your head, what happens in, okay. And I'm telling you that I don't know exactly what happens, but it's true that I'm like, I was admitting it, that it's true that sometimes I'm gone and I don't know why that is. Like, I don't know how, that maybe it's because I'm tired, like we've said sometimes, I'm not 100% focused. And
No, we didn't
admit
say
that.
anything. You said it. I don't
I
know
said
if
that.
you're tired. Because I don't fucking know. Again, I don't know. Because your answer is, like, first it's just ambiguity. It's first not even admitting that you're not focused. Then apparently at some point you admit it somehow, and then you try to put you throw things. You're like, oh, because maybe I don't sleep, or because of the game, blah blah blah. But I try. You are just an ambiguous and very unclear mess. Someone points something at you and you throw things. Oh, my tiredness. Oh, because it's a game. Oh, but I'm trying. Yeah. Oh, but you, like, you just say unconclusional things. Like, you don't actually say, oh, for this is what's happened.
But what do
You just say, oh, but maybe it's this.
No, because
maybe
I
it's
don't
that.
know. Like, what do
Okay,
you
great.
mean?
But don't come to me and say we said this. We didn't. You just said something that maybe it's not even what it is. Maybe it's not like it's not the fact that you didn't sleep, or because you don't sleep, or because you work. We don't fucking know. Like,
No,
we stand here
but
right
it's-
now. We're standing one next to each other. We still don't know what happens and why it happens. That you sometimes get unfocused in specific situations, because again, you're not someone that just switches off in every context, in every situation, periodically, and you can observe that and you can be like, okay, it's pretty standard. It happens in certain situations with certain things.
I mean, I am.
We don't even know what those things are, because of course I'm not there being like with my little notebook studying Sophia. I'm just saying that from the little notice, from this, especially after you throw it so much, right? You do it so much on something, and maybe it's me that I pay more attention to this, because of course I don't doubt that when you cook, you probably throw things in the pan, and you're switched off, like you're switched off right now when you watch the game. But of course I don't fucking notice that, because I'm not paying attention to whether you're not cooking or like that or not. It's less visible because it's not like the game where there's always something that I can see, that I'm skilled to understand that this happens and you're not seeing, blah blah blah. It's not the same in the kitchen, because I don't have that kind of skill. So there's all these things to take into account, and my observation is very limited. But from the limited observation, this is what I can see. And regardless of whether it's proven, it's good observation, it's poor, because for sure it's poor observation. But all I'm saying is, this happens so often that I turn around during a game and you're paying attention. Are you okay? What is it? Do you know what it is? And you give shit answers, and that's what makes things worse to me.
Okay, but
Well, if you give answers, when? Because normally you don't even give answers. You just stay silent. You're just like, You just acknowledge the fact that you're not focused. For you, it's just normal. Just like you're saying right now, like you've been talking, and for you expressed twice, basically, that for you it's normal. For you, it's not a big deal. Great.
For me, it's a big deal. It's just that I don't. I mean, I've thought about it all the. I think about it all the time. Like, it's something that it lives with me all the time.
Good for you. I don't know that, because you don't talk to me about that all the time at all.
Yeah, because I don't.
So again, it's something you think about it all the time. That's news to me. Just like 3/4 of the things that you say that you think all the time, it's always news to me. It's always someone new. Oh, Sophia, good to know that you're this. Good to know if it's true, because I don't even have any reason
we've
to.
talked about that a lot. Like,
What did we talk about, Sophia? That you don't sleep at night. It's got nothing to do with
that. That I'm tired. That I.
It's got nothing to do with this. It's not the same conversation. You talk about that in very often. I even say to you, I don't even want to hear it anymore, because you just talk about tiredness in such a general, like a broad thing that envelops your day. Like, you are tiredness. One of the biggest things of your personality for the longest time, it's your tiredness. So for me, we're not talking about this. We're just talking about the usual shit that is thrown like that in every subject, in anything. It's always the baseline of anything. I am tired. The baseline of anything. So Why would I even think that you're talking about this specifically, about being unfocused about certain things at all?
Because to me, it's basically like, I don't know. Like, I suppose I could think of talking more about that.
No, but I don't need that at all. As you know, I don't want that. I'm done with all these things of, oh, I'll do it from now then. I don't care, man. Just carry on doing whatever you want. Like I really couldn't, like, I really could not be bothered. Once I would be like, oh yeah, I hope it improves. I really don't see any of that. I don't even care. I don't even like the word improve. I'm just here to point out certain things in a very silly way. Like, for me, like, as I said, this is not even a discussion. It's not good communication. It's just the shit that has been left from, okay, this is how it is, and I'm just a bit frustrated by her not paying attention, not knowing what the fuck is going on.
No, but
That's all. For me, this is not the version of me talking in a good way, discussing about things in a normal way, in a constructive way. That's a different story. It's a different concept that is not in this relationship anymore. Because clearly, you know, we've seen 100 times how, no matter how constructive it is, no matter how much space there is to breathe and to improve and blah blah blah, no matter how many tools one tries to give, things don't change, and actually they probably got worse. So, of course, it's a very difficult thing to analyze because there are different contexts and blah blah blah. But once you sit down, you look at the context and you're like, oh, okay, maybe, you know, I think it got worse. Maybe it didn't change, or it remained stable. Or this is like a fake improvement. Blah 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 blah.
But like, for example, with this topic, I said myself, and I've said it to you. You know, it's not like we never talked about the fact that, okay, I'm tired. It's something that it's in my daily life, let's say, and I don't want to talk about that so much. So maybe if
Yeah, your tiredness.
So
to
maybe-
me, it exists and it doesn't exist. To me, your tiredness means nothing.
yeah, okay,
Because I do not
I know
see
that,
it.
but you
I do
yeah,
not.
but
I
you
do not
talk-
understand it. I do
Yeah,
not
okay, and
understand it.
I don't understand it either. But at least, so you're talking about, I don't know what's going on, like, and then now you why this is happening, or and now you're asking that. But maybe I'm not gonna, like, if we start playing this, maybe I can also tell you, oof, I'm tired today. I don't want to say that, but maybe if I say that, then you understand better what's
No,
going
no,
on.
I
But
don't. I don't. Again, it doesn't matter. Like, if you, this is an example. Maybe if I say I'm tired, and you understand. Already the answer. I don't. I know that I won't understand, and the answer is that because you just throw that in any context. So, like, you say you're tired. Okay, what is tiredness? Many things, right? It's really hard. Sometimes someone is tired but they don't show it. Someone is tired and they cannot move, and blah 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 blah. In your case, it's basically that. It's a mixture of sometimes Sophia is tired and you can see it. Sometimes she's tired but apparently she doesn't seem tired. Sometimes she says she's tired but then in an hour she's not gonna look tired. So is she still tired? So because of that, because of all this inconsistency, how do you expect someone to easily or normally understand what tiredness means to you? Tiredness is like a concept now.
Okay, I understand what you're saying,
I mean,
but
an abstract concept.
but it's like you talk a bit in an idealistic way, because as if you could expect that someone is tired in a constant way, in a way that is clear, and in a way that the person itself
I don't expect that from
understands.
them. I don't expect people to be tired in a constant way. But if someone is not easily understandable or visible, or anyway, understandable, if someone is not understandable when they say something, then that person should not expect the other person to realize what they're talking about. Like, I don't realize what someone is talking about if it's too complex for me. That's all. So don't expect that I understand what tiredness means to you, because I don't understand it. No one is saying, though, I'm not saying to you, oh, I expect you to be tired in this way at all. I'm literally answering to you saying, I'm tired. Well, my answer is, I don't know what that means. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but okay, but at first you were asking me, like, to me that's related to being unfocused, for example, and that before you were asking me why, like why I'm tired, like asking me for a response, like to understand.
Is it related or not then? Because you say, I don't know what it is. I don't know why I'm unfocused.
Okay,
And then you say,
that's what
it could be that
exactly,
I'm
that's
tired.
what- that-
And
that's
now
what
the
I was
third
gonna
version
say.
is certainly related.
Yeah, because because it's
Madre
well
mia.
for me it's something that I try to understand, but I've mentioned it many times. Like it's related, but I don't know how it works. What I know is that because I think that you are what you're trying to say is basically, or that you're trying to understand, if I get bored of video games or something like that, and then I get tired. I think that's what you're trying to say,
No,
or
no,
like
you're wrong. So you can throw that away.
well I don't know, but that's something that I don't even know. I cannot tell you 100% sure how it works, and I don't know how it is exactly, but I know that I like mentally feel tired in many contexts, and that affects me to then show interest. And I can tell too how I get bored. Like I'm someone that is not interested in things in general, and that also, and I think of this, that's what I meant before, that sometimes I think of that I don't know if that is what makes me tired too. Like I don't know if maybe it's the fact that I'm uninterested, like my attitude of uninterested person
Okay, so
that
Sophia,
makes me
again,
tired.
you're
I don't know.
You're just listing, again, you're just doing the same thing that you did 10, 15 minutes ago at the beginning of this. You don't know. The answer is, you don't know.
Okay.
You're just listing things, okay, that we are aware of, that I could even list probably
that's
myself
what-
about you.
Yeah, exactly. But
So-
why are you saying this to like this to me? Like doesn't make any sense. So from the beginning of this conversation, you were asking me why this, why that,
Yeah,
why
and the question remains. The question remains.
Exactly. And what did I tell you? I tell you I don't know. Like it's not something that we've talked about this other times, and I don't know how it works, and that's it. Okay, and then apart from that, what I care is that despite I don't know how it works exactly, it's true that it's something that I think about. Maybe we can talk more about that, and it's true that it's not, maybe it's something that it's more present in my thoughts than I am verbalizing it. So we could maybe talk more about that. But
So
what I
you
care, what
expect me
I
to do-
care
what you
is that
expect me to
is
do
that
is-
then I despite I feel tired or whatever, then we can play. I can pay attention most of
No.
the time, and I
No,
yeah
I don't want to do that. As I said many times, I don't want to do that. I am done with trying for me.
I mean,
I don't want it.
wait.
I don't want it.
Yeah, wait.
Trying
Okay,
was
try.
years ago.
Okay. Let's not talk about trying, because I don't think it's trying what we're doing. Because
No, for
what
me it is,
what
'cause
we're
it's
doing
like,
is
it's just a try.
no, what
It's
we're
just
doing
a-
is playing. What we're doing is playing, because many times because I say so. I play. I like it. I think I show I like
Sophia,
it. I know what's going on. I know the characters. I know what they talk about. I read what they're talking about. So I know how to
You know
fight.
how to fight.
Yeah, I know how
You
to
lock
fight.
in, you fight, you know what
I
you're
don't-
doing.
I don't lo-
you know, you
No, I
know how
don't
to move. You know, like you played, Sophia. You played
Okay.
over 100 hours, because it's the same game as the before. Over 100 hours, you did the same thing that a person would do in the first 2 hours. No,
but-
that hasn't played games.
But see,
You do
no,
this. Boom,
no,
boom,
no.
boom,
But
boom,
see,
boom, boom,
you're saying things like a person would do in 2 hours. I'm sorry, but I don't think it's like that.
Oh
Like,
my god, forget about the comparison. It's not important. What I'm trying to say with that comparison, which is the most important thing, is not the literal comparison. It's that you don't seem to me like someone that has played this game for 100 hours. Doesn't seem like that to me. Someone that actually is invested. And I'm not saying again that you need to be, okay, I need to do this synergy ability so that I do the maximum damage while the enemies is staggered. No, but you still don't know the difference between pressured and staggered.
no, I know that. I know.
Of course, okay, you know.
I know the
But you
difference.
don't even realize that while you fight. Like while you fight, you don't realize what you're doing. Like, oh, I need to pressure them. I need to stag them. Literally, the screen shows the word pressured. Do focus trust. We
Yeah,
said
I
that
know, and I've
for
done.
100 hours.
It's true, and then
you
I
don't
thought,
do it.
and then I've done it. You've
Yeah,
seen me doing
twice.
it, and I know that
Like
I have
locking
to
in
do this.
twice.
But when we are fighting against those kinds of monsters, I'm not like doing it in the same way as if maybe if
You never. That's the thing. You never.
I've done it.
Okay,
I've done it, and I
anyway.
know that in some occasions, if I really needed to win, I'm gonna use it. Like,
Need to win.
yeah.
It's not about the need to win, Sophia. It's just that you, as you normally say, you get anxious, whatever. I don't know what happens.
No.
Again, I don't know what happens, but you play like this, boom, 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 and until basically 3 days ago, like very recently, you kept pressing down. And pressing down, there's always the same thing. Literally on the screen, Tifa goes always like this, like this, like this. 100 hours. I've seen you do this, in silence as well. Because I stopped telling you. Because it's like, why? It's like it's a game, man. Just play whatever you want. But, don't come to me and say oh, I'm invested in this. Oh yeah. I am inside the game. You're not. You're just someone that is watching barely a movie that is interactive. That's what you're doing. You're not playing a game. Playing a game is different. And that's why I said, in very normal occasions, I don't think playing games is suitable for us. You're just not into it. You're not, for whatever reason, I don't know what it is. But playing a game is a different experience. It's not sitting down, watching a screen. A game is first gameplay. It's first playing. Just like in a board game, you don't just sit down there and look at others like this. You are invested, you have to do certain things. You have to participate in the gameplay. Putting the cards down, looking at your cards, understanding the mechanics. And I've tried to show it to you, to make you, to give you the controller, because that's how you kind of do it, right, to a kid. One of the ways, you give the controller, you play. Just play. You give the cards, just play. Despite doing that, it seems like you go with the cards like this. You put them upside down. After 100 hours of holding those cards. And again, no one is telling you, oh, you don't know what material to, which anyway, I could even say that, because it's not like a fucking, I don't know, like, it's like if you put me in the kitchen, after 100 hours in the kitchen, I would expect myself to at least know how to fucking cut a potato. I'm not gonna fucking make maybe flambe, but one could say, well, why don't you make flambe after 100 hours in the kitchen? One could say that. But at least cutting a potato. Maybe even that is weird, Maybe even that. Maybe after 100 hours, you're not supposed to know how to cut a potato. Maybe it's true, because maybe I have a problem. Maybe it's just normal that you don't know how to cut a potato even after 100 hours. I don't know. Maybe that's true. But for me, from my understanding now, in my opinion, it's like, well, you know what? After 100 hours, you should fucking know that locking in is required.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's not something for me. It's just clear what you play. It's clear that it's something that you need as well, because you're like this. Like you pass after the time like this, because you're moving the camera. You can see that you're struggling. So it's not something that you're being oppressive with your way of playing a game. Like, leave me playing a game. It's not a preference. It's just that you are struggling. That's all.
No, but but the fact that I struggle, because I struggle in a way that is not in so much, so that I need to log in.
No. Let me fix that sentence. Let me fix that sentence. It's true. You're not struggling, because I see you, and you seem that you're not bothered by that at all. Like, I can see that you're moving the camera. You're looking at the floor for 3/4 of the fight, because what kills the monsters are the others, and you just pressing the same button. So it's not because I see you struggling. It's because I see you that you're not like struggling, not like physically, that you're like, oh, feeling bad. Struggling in the sense of you're not like a visioning the game. You're looking at, like, for example, you're looking at the floor. Like, maybe it's what you want. It's what you want to play the game. And if you stop and you say, you know what, Johan, I want to play the game like that. I want to look at the grass. I want to look at the floor while I play. Then I'm the one that should shut up and be like, locking in, there's no use. But if I see someone that has no actual willpower, which means you're not actively deciding to look at the fucking floor because you want to, because you know how to lock in, but you decide to look at the floor, then in that case, just play the game however you want. Like, of course, it's a game, you do whatever in general, not just with games, you do whatever the fuck you want, and you want to look at the floor, great. If you realize what you're doing, though. If you don't, then I might say, but lock in. Like, you don't know what you're doing, just lock in. It's easier, you see more, blah blah blah. In my opinion, it's better. And that's when I talk, because you don't have any willpower. And that's, again, the situation. After 100 hours, for me, it's like, is it normal that she doesn't have the willpower, the awareness to lock or not lock? After 100 fucking hours, pressing, like doing this. The fight starts, pum, 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 ba-da-da-da-da, just press that. And again, it's like you give me a knife and a potato. After 100 hours, I don't know how to do this and this. Which is even, like, peeling a potato is harder.
But because
like, cutting a potato is harder than this.
I don't really need it. Like, I don't really need to look in. Like, it's not something that I think that I need so much.
I don't think that's what happens there. I think what happens there is that you are not able to lock in. It's different. Oh. If you tell me, no, I don't.
I mean, of course I forget. Like, it's.
But that's what I think happens.
No, but I forget because I don't think it's so important at all. Like, it's not something that, okay, if you. maybe what I should have done is I should have locked in so that I could show you that I'm paying attention. for example.
No. But you don't even. Again, you don't need to do that. It's more like, again, if you tell me I don't need to, you say to my face right now, I don't need to lock in, and you know what I see? I see the grass. I see grass, and the camera was like this.
But I think that
That's what. So it's like, what do you mean you don't need to? You're enjoying that? You're doing that on purpose because you like it? You think that's
No,
better
but
than
no.
locking in? I don't believe in that.
but
I
no,
don't believe in
no.
that.
But you also have to see. I think that, okay, like you've been playing games for years and years and years. So imagine like the thousands, millions of hours of video games you've played.
Okay.
Your vision is different to
Usual
mine.
topic.
Usual topic. We
There's
ne-
no
we
Sophia.
never even said that,
Again,
but
I completely,
we never
I
even
completely
talked
disagree.
about-
I completely disagree. It's not
Okay,
about
but in-
being in the kitchen for 100 years and playing games for 100 years. Doing one gesture, one motion, and deciding on it. Because it's again, I'm not even interested in you have to lock in. It's more. It's just that. Do you decide to not lock in? No. After 100 hours, you still are
No, I
a
mean,
pajarito that doesn't know what he's
nah,
doing.
but what you,
That's all.
but,
That's
but,
the
but
problem
what
to
you
me.
don't understand is that the fact that I do, like as for example, locking is very easy, right? You said it, you just do like this, you just do like this, and that's it, and you have to forget at the end of the I mean, you forget for until the end of the fight.
But that's the thing. You don't even forget. You realize all the time because you are in the game. You realize how good locking in is. You like that's the thing. It's like unless you are like I understand that some people, some real gamers, your brother could come to me and be like, I don't like locking in. Of course, for me, I would probably say something about it because in this game it's kind of key to lock in. But you know, if he comes to me and he says, "Oh, you know, Elden Ring, you can lock in or not lock in." Again, there's many advantages to locking in, so everyone does it. But you can also play without locking in, and there's also some advantages with those. But those come with a lot of experience. So if someone like your brother comes to me and says, "Oh, I'll play Elden Ring without locking in," I'll be like, "Oof." I'll probably be interested and be like, "Oh, why do you do that?" But I can understand him saying that to me.
Okay.
You, no, because you don't do that out of choice.
Yeah.
When you say, "I don't lock in," I don't need it. I'm gonna be like, "Well, it's not like you don't need it. It's just that you don't think about it.
I don't think about it because also because I don't because in my let's say in my standards of like how hard it is for me to play, like I'm doing way harder things than locking in. Of course, like as I said, it's very easy. So I forget, it's true, but also because it's not something that I require. Otherwise, I would remember.
Let's analyze this. I do things that are way more harder. I don't agree with. All you're doing is mash buttons. You mash the buttons.
But
There's 100 things you can do with that.
understand.
There's 100 abilities. You do braver, attack.
I braver because I like
Braver.
it. No, I've tried all the
Okay,
abilities
but
and
all I'm trying to say is that you do the bare minimum. You again, like there's very different types of gamers, but you're not a gamer. So I'm not gonna think of you, okay, she's choosing that because she clearly prefers that. I think first she's doing that because she's limited. Whether it's because of anxiety, whether it's because it's hard, whether it's because she doesn't care. I don't know what the reason is. But to me, someone that does
I like it. I like how
braver
the
and
way she
plays
does it.
basically with Cloud and does pa quadrado, to me is someone that is not able to enjoy the game because of your position. But if someone, you know, I do it too. Someone can come to me and be like, "Oh, but why do you use only 3 abilities?" Many people could come to me and I'll be like, "Yeah, it's true. I don't know how to enjoy the game." Like I would say the same thing. I'd be like, "Yeah, I don't know how to enjoy the game because I don't enter so much in the game. I'm the same as you, just a higher version." That's all. That's all. So no one is saying, "Oh, there's only a way to play the game," at all. Like I also mistreat the game. I don't play well. I mistreat well. I just miss a lot of things. I don't care, and I do. But I realize it, and at the same time, I sometimes maybe experiment. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I find the time. Like I am more free, while you are always the same fucking thing. Like always, just like after 100 hours, always the same shit. Like I give you the controller, you do the same stuff. It's like that's what to me doesn't scream, "Oh, okay, someone that knows what they're doing." Like she prefers this, she doesn't prefer that. It's just someone that cannot do otherwise. That's all. And that's again, I'm saying this after it's literally 100 hours. and you never realize what time means, because we know very clearly that, so it doesn't matter how many times I'm gonna say that. But I don't even know what you've done in your life for 100 hours. Maybe just uni. I don't know.
Okay, but then what we were saying before, that that you, like, how this conversation started, basically, like you asking me what's going on in my head or all that, then so do you think, like, maybe we can find out somehow what's going on in my head, like what?
No, but I mean, as I said, those comments for me are out of frustration of a situation that remains in the limbo, like many things from you, with you. It's like, of course, I have the answer already when I say, "What the fuck are you doing?" I know that you're not focused. I know that there's 100 reasons that we don't know what it is, and that frustrates me. I don't know what the fuck is going on, and it's never clear what the fuck is going on in your head. And to me, it's crazy. For whether it's a game, whether it's something else, like the fact that I, to this day and probably forever, I will not even be close to thinking, okay, she's clearly giving me a good understanding of what she's thinking. Not, of course, 100%. That's probably like literally just not possible. At least for most people. But not even close to it. It's like, oh yeah, it could be that, it could be this, it could be this, it could be that, it could be this, blah 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 blah. No, this makes sense, but it doesn't make sense in this case, blah blah blah. There's no understanding. So there's frustration. And that comment comes out. And what comes out of you is always the same shit. Which is, in my opinion, not good. I'm not saying that my frustration is good. I don't think it's good. I could be better. But at the same time, I am not interested either in being better. I am not interested in being always the best version of me, especially in a context where I get heavily mistreated, because we are in this situation after years of stuff, and in this context, I'm not even interested in putting so much effort in being the best version of me. So if I am frustrated and I say some frustrated stuff, to me, it's not a problem. And that's my opinion, that you're probably not going to change, because we discussed about this many times, and who knows if someone is going to probably ever change. I don't think so. It's very unlikely. While you giving me always the same answer of, I don't know basically what's going on, to me that's not acceptable. It's not something like, okay, in this context, it's fine. I understand. It's not the best version of Sophia, but I understand. No, it's not the same. For me, it's just shit.
So what you mean is that you think that I should know, like, why I am like this?
That's just ideal. What I mean is that these situations that have been reoccurring, like huge problems in some cases, in some things, because this is a game. Other things are a little bit less, a little bit more important, just a bit, than this. And we have the same problems over and over and over again. So with these cases, with anything, I would hope. I would hope for. I don't hope. Okay, I don't even have hope. I'm just saying in a general idea, like objectively, I don't give a fuck. But objectively, you would hope that a person somehow tries to improve, shows some kind of change, moves on, doesn't stay in the same stagnant situation and repeats over and over the same thing like a radio. Like, you would hope that doesn't happen. In most cases, not always, because in some cases maybe it's good that you're a fucking radio. But in this case and many others, I think it would be better if you perhaps would have improved, changed, blah 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 blah.
But what does that mean in this case? Like, what?
That I don't catch you after 100 hours, always with the same. Oh, I don't know why I was distracted after years of this, for example. No, a small example.
But
what do you mean?
Okay, but so basically, I should always be focused, like that you cannot.
You should be doing something about it, Sophia. And what have you been doing about it? That is something that you can tell, okay, this is different from the worst versions of me. Because, as I said, The fact that you, for example, mention playing almost every day, one could think, oh, that's good. It's a different context because now we live together. Now it's easier for you to maybe say that. Now it's something that you don't have to put so much effort into doing, into going. Or have to go there and do that. So the fact that you perhaps say more often now, before than when we didn't live together, is not necessarily something commendable. It's a different context, and this is the most simple example. But there are many things that are way more hidden that you don't pay attention to, but I do, and I try not to let me, and hopefully all of us, get fucked by these things, by these weird ideas that we don't realize that in reality there's something else though. It's like it's not as bad or as good as it seems. So you don't do that job, of course. I have to do it.
What do you mean?
Because you come to me and say, oh, but I do this now. And if I were a normal person, I'd be like, oh yeah, it's true. Yeah, and I'd have this weird idea, this wrong idea of how good you've become, which is, I think, wrong. Because it's a different context. And different things you have to be put in together. And weirdly enough, every improvement of yours, or almost every improvement of yours, that, like, if that can be called like that, have happened always when the situation would become more comfortable and comfortable. So it's like, of course, under certain aspects. So it's something that it's recurring. Like we know already how you're prone to let things go, and when you let things go, they become easier and blah 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 over time. Normally, not always, but normally they become easier, especially with the people that surrounded you. Like when you have this combination of she lets go, they let go, she doesn't care so much. Like you have so many things that come in together, and it becomes perfect to make things easier over time, over a span of time. But anyway, that's a very complicated topic, and it's full of details and blah blah blah. So.
But like in this case, like what do you mean? Like I'm not trying anything. Like so what I'm
so
trying. So
what are you doing? Like Sofiella, you wake up, you do your things, you do breakfast. You sometimes you kiss me and leave. You send some messages about work, about outside, the bus. You go to work. You talk about food, your coworker, some messages you might receive, about how nice our house is when you come back, how much you want to do things. Sometimes you mention, oh, I can't wait to play. Then you come back. We kiss, I clean a bit, we do things. Basically, do you talk or face or come up with ideas for these kind of problems? No, your day is something else. So what do you want from me or anyone else that observes you from outside? What do you want from them? I don't think you live, face, fight these things. You just let them go. And it can be seen also with the results, which is you always do the same fucking thing. And you would expect the same result from the same process.
Yeah,
you would expect that, and that's what happens.
But like I'm not creative. Like I don't understand how, for example, I can become more like, because what we're talking about after all is like doing things to be more focused.
I just think the word creative should be put somewhere else. But anyway.
Okay, like I'm not like I don't come up with ideas to be more focused. Like I don't.
No one is talking about ideas to become more focused. It's just one of the things. It's just there's so many things like that entail that I'm not even saying now, that I don't even think that entail fighting something, like facing something, leaving something.
Yeah, but
and it's not like, and what you do, which is nothing, I think is the opposite of leaving something. Silence, not talking about it, is the opposite.
Okay, so
thinking about it in your little head is not the opposite, but pretty much.
Okay, so like talking about it, like what we're doing now, it's gonna solve that I'm more focused.
No, I personally don't think that. But for sure, normally it's better than not talking about it, than keep it in your, apparently, because I don't believe that, but apparently you said you think about it. It's better than keeping it in your head and thinking about it. It's probably better talking about it. Of course, again, I don't agree about that anymore with you. I don't think talking with you is any good. I don't think it's constructive. I don't think it takes us anywhere. Actually, I think it's probably worse for many other reasons. So that's the situation between me and you. But normally, of course, I would say to someone, yeah, I probably think, and in most cases, it's better if you talk about something that you have in your head with someone, to yourself, or with others anyway. It's probably better. Not always, but it can be better. So in this case too, and it's not about being better anyway. It's about living it. So okay, you're thinking about it. That's one way to live it. There's many other ways to live it. So live it as much as possible to its fullest. No, like, oh, think about it, talk about it, draw it, piss it, fuck it. Like, just like with many other things. But of course, we know in very simple words that Sophia doesn't live. Sophia just goes with the wind, right? That's what you say many times. Blah 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 blah. That's great. You want to do that? Go on. But I'm just gonna be also what I usually am, which is the opposite of that, more or less, on the way.
You saved my life.
You're telling me Doc Sharon's the one who fixed you up?
Come on. All the years. Nobody gets back from the light.
Do us a favor and scram.
But there's so many things not to keep in mind and to change. Like not just this. Like there's so many.
No. As I said, I don't want anything to change.
What?
As I said, I don't care about this topic of changing. I don't want anything to change. I don't care about that.
How can you not care about that?
How can I not care about that? I think these 4 years are enough answer. Enough. More than enough. I am autistic. I would be crazy to still think and still hope or still care about change. That's my opinion, of course. Because maybe some people say, oh, 4 years are nothing. Oh, you're so young, blah, blah, blah. And all that stuff.
I'm trying to think of things that I pay attention to and that I don't get tired of, or that I don't find things like that. Like I don't find things that I can do for a long time and that I'm completely focused. Like I was thinking, like even if I like for example, you can say, oh, when we are watching the Flos Mariae shit, like that I seem very active and very, but I would not spend maybe I can, I don't know, be interested in that for let's say maximum, let's say I can listen to 10 songs being sometime.
But anyway,
somehow
I don't think there's any example we can use, because you're not that, like you
okay, but
are not someone that spends hours on something. Just like many people don't, I suppose. Like it's not everyone that spends 6 hours on a game being entirely into it, or more or less. Maybe you can anyway, because maybe as we said, it is there's maybe that, but there's no way for me to measure or to see how focused you are on other things, because most of the other things we do don't require necessarily every second being into it.
I mean, it's true that I remember, for example, like the only thing
More so less.
that I can remember that I could spend hours and I was very focused is to that I forgot. So I don't know exactly. Like I don't know if at some point I was gone for some seconds. I think probably yeah, but I remember, like, for example, when I liked a book and I would read for hours.
Yeah,
and
I mean
hours
that's
and hours.
the only thing that I thought
But-
about. But again, I have no vision of that, so it's like I
It's the
don't know.
only thing that I can think of. But at the same time, I was young, like I was almost a kid,
No.
and I don't know if there were maybe other things that could have done that to me, or I didn't even try or whatever. But
I don't know. I'm not your
Yeah, yeah.
psychoanalyst. I
Okay,
don't need to
but-
understand your past and shit.
okay,
Of course, that was the thing that I thought too. It's like, oh, probably books. But I don't even say, because it's like, what do we need to say about that?
Yeah, no,
This
it's
doesn't exist. It's not something that is part of your life and blah blah blah. We just know that we have no way to see if no comparison with, oh, I'm focused about this and I can hold up my focus for all this time. Just like we have no real comparison for the opposite. We don't know how short your attention span is, or how long it is. We don't know. Could be an hour, could be 6, could be 7, could be that you're just doing the wrong thing.
yeah, but to one of the questions that you made before was something like that we don't know if for some specific things you're like this, for others not. Like I'm just, for example,
Exactly.
I think that we can say that for at least the things that we know, I'm pretty much like that with everything, right? Like that.
No, I don't think that. Again, I don't think that. I don't have, I don't know, examples of you being. Again, when we watch a movie or a series, I don't have an example of you being unfocused. I don't have a clear example of that. But again, at the same time, as I said, I pay more attention, maybe, or I'm able to pay more attention when we play a game, because I'm more into that kind of stuff, so I realize more, and it's also more visible when you play a game if you're not paying attention. While in a movie, maybe you're watching but you're not, but I don't have I don't have a visibility of that. So normally,
I mean, of course-
in many cases, I cannot see that.
Of course, like playing games requires more attention and requires more activeness, I would say, at least for someone like me, than maybe watching, because you're just watching, so you're just not.
I don't know.
But I think that is true. For example, if I watch a movie of 2 hours, those 2 hours I'm probably gonna be more focused, which doesn't mean that at some point I'm not gone, because I think it can be. But during those 2 hours, I'm gonna be maybe more focused. I don't know exactly why, but maybe because it's only those 2 hours and it's something new. So those 2 hours I'm
But
more.
Sophia, I don't care about why. You know how many whys there could be? There's 100, or maybe it's the genre, maybe it's because of the screen, maybe it's because of the day. Like, that's the point. There's so many whys, and you have no fucking idea of which one matters, which one's not. And that's why, like, for people like me that are stupid like me, I would say as well. For me, things are more simple, because I don't care so much about these details. It could be that the fact that I didn't sleep last night is affecting me, but I don't even realize, because if I see that there's something that changes a lot my daily stuff, I just refuse it. So it's like, okay, I don't know, I'm playing Elden Ring, I didn't sleep 48 hours, I'm still playing like I normally would, and then I'm like, goes like this, oh, okay, I'll go to sleep then. But like, I'll go to sleep when I'm like this, but I'm still playing like I usually play, like I'm still there, like, so I'm not someone that is focused on so many things. Oh, it could be this, it could be that, but maybe my eyes are hurting, and I realize, but maybe I should think about this. Oh, my back, or like maybe these things are happening, but I'm like, okay, I'll do what I want. I'll go and see this. I'll go and play this. So for someone that is not like this and is more like
But I wanna
into
be
this,
like
all these
that.
things, I don't want you to be like that. I don't care about that. I'm just saying. I don't think it's like, probably it's not even good, because maybe I'm not focusing on things which I should be focusing on, and blah blah blah. Anyway, so for someone like you that says, 100 things can affect me, and each one of these 100 things can be basically a game changer. Like it just changes my day. So the fact I didn't sleep well tonight, boom, my day has changed. Oh, the fact that I felt embarrassed about something today, boom, my evening has changed because of that. So for someone like that, how the fuck do you want me to even care about? Oh, why Sophia is unfocused in maybe this, maybe that. I don't even want to get into that. It's like, especially at this point where we wasted so much breath and we still are wasting it. That poof, I'm finding every excuse to not waste it anymore.
But I mean, so you're saying that how this, for example, this conversation started was because of frustration, but you don't really want to know why I'm more focused or I'm less focused.
Yeah, no. If I stop and think, which I do most of the time, while we play, it's basically me being like, nah, don't care, man. Just don't care about it. You know,
What do you mean?
like about me. Like when I see, like, you know, how many times I take you to lock in, like probably 4 times, 5 times. All the times that you don't lock in, I just say silent. I'm like, okay. All the times that I don't know, I might perceive that you're not interested. I'm like, oh, what are you doing? Oh no. So it's like I spend more times being like, oh, but don't care about it, than actually caring about it, of course. So it happens that I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Just like it happens, like, I don't know, you say something that I know that you say that is probably silly or stupid, and I just let it go. I'll just be like, okay, well, we talked about this 100 times. She wants to see the things like this. She wants to leave them like this. She can, you know. It's like, I need to stop being a broken disc. But sometimes it maybe comes out that I'm like, oh, still with this. Oh, again, being silly like this. Blah blah blah. It's very rare. It's very rare. When we play games, I'm a little bit worse. When in life, I basically never annoy you with this stuff. So it's like, okay, you see things in your way. I don't talk about relationships and being poor, being good, or be anything. I don't talk about those things anymore. Imagine. But with games, I don't know why I get a little bit more annoyed. But I think I don't know. I don't know what it is. But at least it's just with games. You know, as long as it's just with games, it's fine. If I were like this on a normal basis where frustration would get the better of me, then I wouldn't be okay with that. But if I get frustrated at Final Fantasy, it's not the best, but fuck it, it's fine.
But you think those things every day, all the time, and
I mean, not every day all the time, but basically when they happen.
but basically you feel all the time mistreated and heavy for those things, right?
But many things, yeah. No, I don't know, just but that's common knowledge, Sophia. I don't know why we have to repeat this all the time, and you have to be like affected by this. That it should be common knowledge by now. I've probably told you like 2 years ago that I'm like this.
No, I mean, I know. I'm just like thinking that like your daily life is like that.
Yeah, but stop thinking about my daily life because you don't realize my daily life. You don't have the realization of my daily life clearly, because even just this reaction is not a reaction of my daily life. It's not.
What do you mean?
The fact that you get sad or that you don't like how it sounds, that's your way of processing what you think my daily life is. But what I think of my daily life is different. Well, how I feel about my daily life, about these things that I tell you, is different from you, as it can clearly be seen. Even just for one, I'm not like you sporadically thinking about it. I don't sporadically think about my daily life, and when I think about it, I get very affected and cry.
No, I know.
I don't do that.
But
So already just that is a huge difference.
I think of that too, like every day. Like I think. Like,
But you don't cry every day, do you?
No, I don't cry every day, but it doesn't matter. Like
No, but it does, because it unfortunately, because it's just
no, it's
a
because
little thing that shows that clearly there's something a
No.
little bit different.
no,
There's just something different from you thinking, maybe, who knows, because we don't know. You thinking yesterday about my daily life, and you thinking about my daily life now. It's just there's something different.
No, the only different thing is that maybe I get more negative if I go very deep into imagine some things, or like if I like stay stuck somehow, or like, and then it's like a cycle of negativity, let's say. But that doesn't, like, basically the thought is the same. The initial thought, the fact that it's there, that
Yeah, I mean,
it's present.
yeah, it could be, but I don't even know what this initial thought is. Like, I don't know how you see my daily life. Because what the times that you do describe that, like you describe me, how I feel, it's always out of the blue, like completely wrong. So
No,
I don't even care about hearing anymore what you think about my daily life. So it's like, I could be like right now thinking, saying, oh, but describe to me like what you think my daily life is. What do you think? What you think how I feel on a daily basis, more or less.
but I think
Like if I ask you that, I already know that the answers. I'm gonna be like no, no, and no. Like so, it's like we've talked about this 100 times, and so I don't even know. It's like I don't even know what you might think or feel. I'm just saying that it seems
no,
all
but
over the place.
no, I think you think very full, right, with our life and with
Again,
being
don't even try.
living.
I don't wanna get in that. It's something that is long, detailed, and not these sentences that you come up with. You feel very full. Yeah, me. No, I don't talk like that. It's not. I don't process things like that. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, let's move on. There's nothing to say about this.
Is your recording?
Great.